Good Saturday morning to everybody. Hope you're not too hungover because today the NBA playoffs start. The play-in is finally wrapped up. Last night, super stressful. Had the Pelicans money line. That game almost got completely out of hand there in the third quarter. I think they gave up something like a 33-6 run at one point. Super scary, but ended up with a 2.2 unit winner. Kind of a really tough run at it during the play-in games. Those games were all over the place. But moving on now, it is time for the actual playoffs. And with the playoffs, we've got a sponsor. We're going to be bringing in Lock Talk. If you guys have been following me, you guys know exactly who Lock Talk is. It is a sports social media app. I think it's the perfect app to A, get your picks out there, and B, talk your shit. If you haven't had a chance to look at it yet, go on the App Store, download Lock Talk today. Big shout out to those guys. Very happy to be partnered up with them. Super cool community as well. So moving forward, all our stuff is going to be presented by Lock Talk. So very happy again to be with those guys. So NBA playoffs, it is here. No more half-ass games. No more weird games. I don't know how long this play-in stuff is going to last. I'm sure they did incredible rating-wise, so they'll probably continue to do them. The first round of them were kind of dopey. There were a few decent games, but last night was really good. Obviously the Atlanta game kind of gets a little, strange. Atlanta pulls that one away, but no Clint Capella is going to be very interesting going forward. So without further ado, let's get into each matchup. I'm going to go through each series. I've got plays on a few of them over the weekend. This will cover Saturday and Sunday's games. We'll be back Monday with another episode. Utah and Dallas. That's the first one I want to look at. It's a noon tip today. Utah, there's no value on the series. They're minus 315. Luka's going to be out for game one with a calf strain. He's going to be probably about 90-ish% when he comes back. So with him not playing, today I'm on the Jazz. I've got 4 units. 4. That's a pretty big wager for me. 4 units, Jazz money line. It's minus 200. It's juiced like a motherfucker. But dude, no Luka. No Luka means everything to Dallas. So Utah, very healthy. The line is currently 5. I don't love that line just because, again, things have been kind of goofy. So I'm going to just play it safe here. As safe as a 4-unit play can be, I'm going to go Jazz money line. Utah 47-25 as favorites this year. Won 3 of their last 4 down the stretch, and they're as healthy as they've been all year. So I do like Utah to win that one in the first matchup. Second one's going to be Minnesota and Memphis. Is there value at Minnesota at plus 280? Because I do see a little bit of value there. The T-Wolves fresh off their first championship. Oh, no, not a championship. It wasn't a championship? Wasn't a championship. They just won the play-in game. Got it. So I do really respect Minnesota. Obviously, being from Wisconsin, we kind of clown on them because their sports are an absolute clown show over there. But good for the T-Wolves they're in. And I do think there is a little bit of value at plus 280 there. Memphis, super young. Only the second year really doing this whole playoff thing. Didn't look great last year. Obviously, Ja's full blow. We'll see how it goes. I've actually got a bet in this first game. I like the first half under 121.5. That's a high number. That's expecting both teams to score 60. I think somebody's going to be coming out flat. I don't know which side it is. I would assume it's probably going to be Minnesota on the road. The hopes are through the roof on both sides. So they're as youthful as it gets in the NBA we're talking about Minnesota. Minnesota's as youthful as it gets really in the NBA. Obviously nobody's really pushing. Obviously Pat Bev is, but other than Pat Bev, really everybody's kind of that, under 32 years old, still pretty spry. But it's tough. Memphis does have great balance here. Like I said, I'm going to go with the under in the first half in this game. I expect some first half nerves. Very intrigued to watch Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant go at it. That's the future of the NBA, so very exciting there. Third one is going to be Toronto at Philly. No action on this game for me. I can't get much of a read. James Harden come playoff time, one of the hardest players to handicap maybe of all time. You don't know what version you're going to get. Right now, the series line is Philly minus 180, Toronto plus 155. Immediately to me, I see value on Toronto, obviously as plus money, and knowing how good of a team they are, actual team versus Philly, who is not a team. This is a team. A lot of value there at plus 155. I don't trust the Sixers to the slightest. I'm going to let this first game play out, But like I said, you've got some value there on the series line if you want to take it. Now, going away from the value again is the Denver and Golden State series. So the Warriors, they're healthy. This is as healthy as we've seen the Warriors and they still don't have their number one overall draft pick. So, I mean, it's very, very funny, but Golden State is minus 260 win the series, about the same odds for game one. I'm going to take Golden State at home money line. I'm going to parlay it with a game on Sunday that I'll get to a little bit later. The fact that this thing's at the Oracle, it's going to be a crazy crowd. Golden State, they're going to, I would imagine with Curry back and everything, threes are going to be flying. It's going to be a very, very good series. I don't see value in taking Golden State on the money line for the series. That doesn't make any sense. Denver obviously would be the plus money pick, but Golden State I do think is on a different level. They would be my pick probably in the West to go to the NBA Finals at this time. So gonna back off as far as spread and anything. I'll take the money line, pair it with a game coming up. Won't be this game, but Atlanta and Miami Sunday is gonna get us kicked off at noon. Brutal first round draw for the Heat with the streaking Hawks. You know, obviously the health is going to be a big thing. If you watched the game last night, Clint Capella went full Giannis, hyperextending his knee. I thought he blew that fucker out. Hyperextension, maybe we see him again, maybe we don't. We obviously won't see him in the beginning of this series. We're not going to see him. We're not going to see John Collins. It's going to be a guard show for the Hawks. Right now, the series line hasn't released yet, so don't really know exactly where that's going to land. Right now, it's Miami minus 6.5 in game one. I think Vegas hit it right on the head. I'm actually going to be playing the total here, 215.5 on this one. I'm going to go over. Miami has gone over in 7 of their last 10, hit at a higher rate than anyone in the league all year. I think the threes reign for Atlanta without the big men around, but I think Miami will be able to do just about anything offensively that they want to, just because they're going to match up fantastically without, dominant big men. It's going to be Okongwu against Bam. Okongwu is really just a smaller version of Bam. I think Bam takes his lunch money. So that's the Atlanta series. So my parlay, second leg is actually going to be in the Brooklyn and Boston game. I'm going to take Boston money line. Right now in the series, Boston minus 145, Brooklyn's plus 125. It's not a series that I would feel comfortable taking, but I do like the first game here. KD and Kyrie it's a tough pair to bet against, but the C's are fucking deep, dude. They are very, very good this season. They've got their stars. Their guys are playing very, very good basketball. The TD Garden is going to be rocking tomorrow. They're 28-13 in that building this season. They were 44-16 straight up as favorites. What I put here, Boston, they've got more dudes, but Brooklyn has the dudes with Kyrie and KD. So going to be a very, very good matchup. Like I said, I'm going to pair that with Golden State. It's going to be about a 3-unit play, I think, for around plus money or around even money there. So depending exactly where you get it. So that'll be the Brooklyn and Boston series. Then we get my Milwaukee Bucks. As I put down here, there's no value anywhere. 10.5 point spread is tough. It's the heaviest favorite of round one because New Orleans and Phoenix, the line hasn't released for the series yet. I mean, Chicago's just not there. We've owned Chicago. Double-digit favorites is a little disrespectful. I'd advise taking the points if you want to take anything. I'm not going to bet against the Bucks, but 10.5 is a lot of points in a playoff game. I doubt I'll be wagering a lot on this series. Bucks and 4 is kind of my thought on it. So moving on, New Orleans, Phoenix. Again, no series numbers yet. I'm going to expect it to be similar to Milwaukee. I've got no action for game one. Again, the points are super, super enticing with double digits. I was pretty vocal about the Pelicans, but after last night's scare, I'm going to back off on that take a little bit. I'm going to proceed with caution. I'll pass on this one, maybe pick it up on Tuesday for game 2. So let's run back through it. I've got the 2-leg parlay with Boston along with Golden State. That's a 3-unit play. I've got Miami and Atlanta over 215.5. That's a 1-unit play. The next one's going to be Minnesota at Memphis. That is under 121.5. I believe that's a 1.5. I did not put it down here. Very stupid of me. And then the last one's going to be Utah, the big one. 4 units, minus 200 for game 1. So should be fun. Very excited for the podcast moving forward. Obviously, thanks again to Lock Talk. Going to have all my plays posted on there throughout the playoffs. So let's catch some wins this weekend and keep this thing rolling. We got a nice little bit of momentum here.